Good Thursday morning, everybody. This is Brandon Doherty, Delaware Weather Guy, bringing you your uh, terrific Thursday weather map discussion update. I want to make this more on the potential winter storm threat for early next week, and less about the outlook and stuff like that. But today's outlook is high pressure extending from Canada down into the Mid Atlantic will be firmly in control, and then that will bring us sunshine, uh, seasonable temperatures, and continued rising temperatures as we go into this weekend. Okay, so let's talk about potential storm and system coming in uh, early next week. Now, we are still more than half a week away from this possible winter storm. But there's a lot of players that are involved in this one, and it's a highly complex system. So I'm going to take us to Sunday, early Sunday morning. Okay, you can kind of see some flat waves. You have a system departing here. You have a growing system here, and then you have a little winter. You have a little snowstorm out here in the Rockies area and the Great Plains. So what's going to be emerging out of this is a low that is going to kind of combine these two systems to form a storm, and that's going to be a player early next week. So let me take you through the surface. So now we're going into Sunday afternoon, and this is Sunday night. So while we're watching the Super Bowl, you can see how this storm here that was once a couple of separate waves is now forming into one big storm. Okay. As we go on through the evening of Super Bowl Sunday and into Monday, you can see the beginnings of this low coming out of Texas and entering Tennessee and Missouri and such. And there's a little bit of snow on the northern end, but there's also a lot of rain on the southern end because of how warm it is. But you can also see the kind of gradient between the cold and the warmth, which goes like that, something like that. Okay, so really, this is going to come down to: is it cold enough? Is the cold going to be retained enough to precipitate snow in the general area? Let's see. So as we move on into Tuesday, this is late Tuesday. This is early Tuesday morning. You can see the beginnings of the system. Um, right here is 998. And you can see it's starting to rain in our general area. By the time we wake up on Tuesday morning, the system is well entrenched in our area. But because of this gradient and it's bringing up moist air, most of this is going to be rain in the general area. But you can also see the northern edge of that cold air is right on top of it. So this is really going to come down to who gets cold enough, where it gets cold enough. Is there an injection of cold air somewhere? Is there a source of cold air where this thing could turn? Um, this is the important line right here, thickness line. This is the 540 line. So this is telling me that areas south of that are going to be mostly rain or wet snow. Now, again, I'm just kind of modeling the timeline here. This is Tuesday afternoon. Now, you can see that it has snow down in our neck of the woods because the cold source, which is a high way up here in Canada, is funneling down this cold air as the storm is going on. Now, do I believe this is not a forecast. This is I'm kind of taking you through the 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 possibilities, but also the difficulties with this system. Okay. So the question is there going to be enough cold air to turn this precipitation into some snow? The model runs have been kind of jumping all over the place. We have one solution that you just saw is kind of suppressed. It goes out to the east, northeast, and stays, and the mid Atlantic states are in the prize zone. There's been depictions of the system tracking along the coast or just off the coast, which would bring snow to the inland areas and New England. S- Uh, Essentially, we don't know right now because this is one of the pieces that's needed. This is going to become the southern piece, which is going to go over the Aleutians into Atlantic and then drop down into the country over the weekend. So we still have a long way to go here. And I believe it's not going to be until late Friday, early Saturday, when this thing makes landfall, that we start to see more consistent solutions as to how this is all going to play out. So just just as a kind of you know pre-warning set, we do have a setup for a winter storm on Tuesday, but the solutions could be an all rain scenario. It could be it could be a rain to snow solution, which I never like because you're dependent on something that you can't control, and or complete miss because there have been some projections that have the storm basically going out flat because it runs out ahead of this northern piece and this northern component that is driving the storm. So there's many solutions on the table. I'm just saying possible storm threat for early next week. That's it for me. Brandon Doherty, Delaware weather guy, is saying adios.